it's coming from social indoctrination.
Right.
They believe that men are born to a culture that privileges maleness, which is not at all true for many recent decades, right? And that they learn and therefore we can retrain them. We can indoctrinate them to change. You say, I'm the only one really talking about the biological roots of it, and there's, to me, absolutely incontrovertible that there is a biological basis to the greater visual component in male sexuality. All right, there are brain differences here. Okay? Males really do see the visual. They were aroused visually much more than women are. And I believe, for whatever reason, I'm able to see women in the way men see women, sort of like like Faye Dunaway in the eyes of Laura Mars or something. I feel like I'm like looking at things in the way men do. So the study of the male gaze. Okay, first of all, Laura Mulvey is a very nice person. Okay, but I'm sorry, she knew absolutely nothing about the history of the arts, and therefore this sudden creation of this idea, which is like contaminated all of film criticism. Okay, oh my goodness, okay, so film criticism is practically not worth reading any longer because it utterly lacks any kind of cultivated basis. But now, wait, we're going on a diversion here. Okay. As I go on about that, okay, I do believe that there is a vestigial hunting archetype still, okay, and that's the way to look at it. It seems to me, the male gaze, and that women of today, who have been raised in a highly sexualized environment with highly sexualized clothing, a product of my own generation's sexual revolution, do not understand that the way you dress and how much flesh you expose is a form of communication. It's a form of conveying sexual interest or readiness. Now you talk like this, and people will apparently lynch you, right now. Okay, I mean, I'm part of the pro-sex movement in feminism that was suppressed. Okay, during the 1970s, 1980s. We burst forth in the 1990s, thanks to Madonna, in her videos of the 1980s and early 90s and so on. All right, but the point is, I also understand, okay, that even while I support and defend and admire pornography and prostitution, I feel that today there's this idea that women can dress however they want. Okay, it's utterly meaningless, and I'm like exposing 90% of my flesh right now, but how dare you be aroused? How dare you? Look away. How dare you? Do not make a remark, okay? As I go with my, Louboutin, like stiletto heels down the road like this, okay? What? Okay, you're looking at my bum. How dare you? Okay, and so on. Right? Absolute. There's a hypocrisy, okay, and a kind of self-delusion, okay, that's operating among many young women, including feminists, okay? Right? So I'm not saying don't dress like that. I'm saying yes, dress like that, but be prepared to defend yourself, okay? Because the street, I call my philosophy street smart Amazon feminism, okay? All right? The street belongs to you. Yes, you have every right, like as a drag queen would, okay, to dress as you want and to bring public attention to yourself. But stop lying to yourself that you're advertising, okay? You're advertising.